Welcome back to the channel. We are here May 27th, and this is going to be the breakdown for Draftkings 3-game slate we got going for tomorrow, May 28th. Let's get into it. I hope you guys are enjoying the daily content that we got going on. I know not many people are doing this. Al Zeidenfeld stopped doing NBA, so I'm picking up the slack. I'll take the subscribers. I'll be consistent. He's waiting for football season, but that's fine. He'll do that. I want to get prepared for football season. I'm gonna bring you NBA. When NBA is over, I'll bring you a little MLB, and then we're gonna get right into football. That's what everyone's been waiting for. That's when business will be booming. Hopefully, during that time, I'll finally get to 1K subscribers. But during these whole next couple months, you'll be seeing improvements with the channel. In due time, guys. In due time, we're only at 343, and we're still growing, and we're still going to keep getting better. I thank you guys, and I appreciate you for whoever watches this on a consistent basis. If you do, give me a like. Just continue to support. I'm trying to bring you solid content each and every day, is at least 5 days a week, at least. Not many people are doing that. So we're going to hop into tomorrow's slate. Knicks against the Atlanta Hawks. Brooklyn Nets against Boston. And the Clippers in a must-win situation against the Dallas Mavericks. So we're going to start off with the point guard position. 7K and below. You know the rules, guys. Starting off with Marcus Smart. We're going to keep the ball rolling, okay? We're going back to the well. I gave you him in the last video. I told you what he would do, and he performed. 5 of 8 from the three-point line. The rest of the Celtics struggled. 37 DK, excellent performance in a small slate. I think he can do just the same, and he did it in less minutes too, which was very impressive. The fact that he plays both sides of the ball, and this is technically kind of their best three-point shooter, Marcus Smart here. I like what I'm seeing out of him. I'm liking the aggressive play. At least he's the only one that freaking cares. So love him at 5,900. Right, and it's a perfect price before you get to that 6K range. Similar to what Derrick Rose is 6,400. I'm not saying fade him, but have a little bit less of him. That's a little bit of higher price. And I do see Atlanta winning tomorrow, so that's why I want a little bit less of Derrick Rose, even though he's needed and he's gonna get a ton of minutes. He might be a little more or less effective tomorrow, but he's definitely a good, solid play at 6,400. Just once he gets to we rolled him at a nice, cheap price. Okay, once he gets, ballooned up, then you can find someone else. Fade just a little bit. There's more value. Okay. Next guy at the shooting guard position is going to be Bogdanovic from the Sacramento Kings, coming over to the Atlanta Hawks. He is essentially the second best scorer on this team. Trae Young, and then Bogdanovic. He just knocks down a ton of jumpers. You see the consistency in the field goal attempts each and every game. He can shoot the three ball. Definitely had a poor performance last game. 2 out of 13 threes. Imagine if he would have hit half his threes. He had a 15% 3-point percentage and still got you 35 DK. This man's gonna go bananas tomorrow. He's a 7K player, and he's at 6,900 right now. Not saying this is a must-win situation, but Atlanta did steal some home field advantage. I think they're going to be home now and come out firing on all cylinders. Bogdanovic is going to be that guy to help boost Trae Young, knock down some shots, and especially threes. He's been very active on both sides of the ball with steals and block here and there. So Bogdanovic, I like at 60. I love at 6,900. DeAndre Hunter at 4K. This rookie, not rookie, second-year player, but he is back and in the rotation. He's a long, lanky guy, can play multiple positions, small forward, power forward. It can knock down the jumper. He has developed a three-point shot since coming out of college from Virginia. But his MO is playing defense and knocking down some jumpers. So I like what he brings to the table, and he got a boost in minutes. If he's getting 32 minutes at 4K, by all means, give me all of them. This was the start at the beginning of the season. Now coming back from injury, he's getting reacclimated to the rotation. I love DeAndre Hunter at 4K. Taj Gibson is going to be our power forward at 3,800. We rode him last game, 30 minutes, 24 DK. Nice, solid, cheap price. As long as he's staying under 4K, I will go here. Nerlens Noel is still hampered with a little bit of an injury. Mitchell Robinson is out. So the only other big that they have is going to be Taj Gibson. They might go with a little bit of Obi Toppin. Let me see what he did in the last game, because they are going to be thin. He got 12 minutes last game, got you 13 DK. If you want to really get a punt, you go Obi Toppin, but they are going to need a big down there, and Taj Gibson is that veteran that he can provide at least 10 rebounds. Hopefully 10 rebounds, not at least. Hopefully 10 rebounds and throwing some couple points. And he is very active with the blocks and steals on the defensive side because, Tom Thibodeau has solid defense. So I like him at 3,800. And then last but not least, the center position, Tristan Thompson. I know I gave you Robert Williams in that other video, but consistency is through the veterans. Okay, as you can see, the first two games with the Celtics against the Nets, it has been Tristan Thompson who's been cleaning up the board. So obviously the Nets play small ball. Tristan Thompson can definitely take advantage of Blake Griffin, a little bit of Nicholas Claxton because he is a young player. And Tristan Thompson definitely came through with a nice double-double and a blowout still. 15 points, 11 rebounds, 1 block. I expect another similar performance out of him, especially on the board side. 10 rebounds guaranteed for Tristan Thompson. This is a must-win situation, so they might come out, fighting and going off on all cylinders. Jason Tatum might be even better this game, even though he stepped out of game 2 in that third and fourth quarter. So Tristan Thompson is going to be our center. Let's look over at Fanduel and see if we can find some value. Tristan Thompson was 4,900 on DraftKings. He is 5K on Fanduel. I like that play. Obviously, there are better plays with center, but if you want to sacrifice, playing, let's see, what we got tomorrow, playing Clint Capella. Let me see, what Clint Capella did last game? I didn't feel like he had a huge impact last game. Did he? He had 30 DK. That's solid. But that's not 50, 60 what we're used to when we're playing Embiid and Jokic and all these other guys. So feel free. Yeah, go cheap. Go cheap tomorrow at the center position for FanDuel. Get you a Taj Gibson or Tristan Thompson. A lot of people go to Robert Williams, but these two down here they might get you some 10X. Tristan has the highest upside. Taj Gibson doesn't score that much, but the upside, I think Tristan Thompson will be a solid play for tomorrow. And fade, you can fade Clint, but he's going to be highly, highly owned. It might be beneficial to, move off it and find somebody else. Taj Gibson is 5K. I just spoke about him, and he is 3,800 on DraftKings. So the value is all on DraftKings. I like him on FanDuel, but the better play will be Tristan on FanDuel. But Taj Gibson on DraftKings, you can definitely lock him in there and move on to someone else. DeAndre Hunter is 4,700 compared to 4K. So tons of value on DraftKings, especially the fact that he's getting starters minutes. He's still a solid play on FanDuel. You're paying only $700 more, and this is a nice matchup. Two defensive teams now going at each other. Obviously, the better scorers on the Atlanta side. And Nate McMillan is a nice, solid defensive coach. This is why this is not a really good matchup for the New York Knicks, because McMillan brings that fire out of this team, and Atlanta scores way more. They have way more scorers than the Knicks. So we're moving on to the next one. Bogdan Bogdanovic at 7,600 compared to 69. $700 more, but he is totally worth it. Like I said, he shot 2 of 13 from that three-point line and still got you 35 DK. If he was knocking down those shots on a consistent basis, you're looking at maybe a 50 bomb. Truly, maybe a 50 bomb. And then last but not least, we got Marcus Smart at 6K at 5,900 on DraftKings. So love him on both sides. He showed you what he's capable of the first 2 games in Brooklyn. Now they're home in Boston. I expect him to be the most consistent Boston Celtic. I expect Jason Tatum to bounce back just a little bit, but still, the Celtics are going to lose. So let's be real. I think we have a solid core tomorrow for a 3-game slate. It's not a ton of options, but I think I picked out the best in the bunch. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Don't forget, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, MessengerSD. Peace out.